Hey folks, it's Tuesday and we're into our session number 2 of the week, and we're going to be going into more of a muscular endurance session. So yesterday was a higher tempo, shorter periods of time, 20 seconds. Today we're going to be working on 50-second sets, 10 seconds off continuous work. And the first 6, let me just check my notes, the first 6 exercises, yes, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, are going to be legs. So look down, say goodbye to your legs, and we'll get straight into our session after everybody gets in. Hey Holly, hey Tim, hey Nin, hey Carol. Look at that, they're basically writing a song there. Tim, Nin, Holly, Carol. So we'll let a couple more people come online. How are we feeling after yesterday, guys? Peter, how are we? Come on in, get yourself set. So again, today all we need is a chair and a kettlebell. Where's my kettlebell? And a little bit of space, that's all. Chair, kettlebell, space, that's all we need today. So just give yourself a couple of seconds, get yourself set. We'll let some more people come on. Hey Tom, how are we getting on? And we'll get straight into it now in about 15-20 seconds. Okay, just let a couple more people get on. So like I was saying there before you guys came on, today is 50 seconds worth of work, 10 seconds worth of rest, continuous work, and the first 7 exercises we're going to be saying goodbye to the legs. Okay, so really focus on the quads, the glutes, the hamstrings, and the core for stability. All right, so remember, emphasis is on technique, always. Technique first, tempo second. We lift with our ass, we think with our head, we transfer with our core, and we steer with our arms. If you can get that right, you can get pretty much every lift done. Okay, first things first, let's go feet shoulder width. We're going to drop our hips back and down into a squat, hook our fingers under our toes, and raise our hips nice and high to the sky for 3 seconds, and then sit ourselves down for 3 seconds. So I spent extra time organising my tunes today, organising my timer, and hopefully the little bugs in the system that happened yesterday have been ironed out, although you never know because we are going live, and there's always something that happens when you're live. Oh well, live and learn, we're only human after all. So every 3 seconds we're changing from low to high or high to low. At the bottom you're going feet flat on the floor, shoulders back, chest out, head up. And then at the top you're raising your hips as high as possible, stretching your hamstrings and your lower back. Good, so just transition between low and high every 3 seconds. And the knees are being pushed out by the elbows from the inside. The elbows are outside the knees. Sorry, the elbows are inside the knees are outside the arms. Oh, I get confused sometimes. Left is right, right is left, up and down is up. Okay, so we're going to go into some lunges just to get those hips and knees moving. So keep the feet hip width, that's beneath the hip bones. Stride forward, tip the floor, push back up. So I want you to tip the floor, but don't put all your weight into the floor through your knee. You're literally just finding the full range of movement and then come back up. It's nice and slow, take your time. Shoulders back, chest out, head up. Again, all these sessions, they go onto the Instagram Live TV, Instagram TV section afterwards. We upload them to YouTube in batches. So there's no excuses for missing a session. If you go, oh, I couldn't do it at midday today, that's fine. There's about 36 Instagram TV sessions available for you to choose from. And there's about 70 to choose from on the YouTube channel. So no excuses. Like, tag, share, comment, let people know. Okay, so we're now going to go into the high plank. We're going to get our hip flexors stretched out. So 2 hands and 2 feet on the floor. Bring that left foot forward beside the left hand. After 3 seconds, big rotation on that arm. And then we're going to change the other side. Right foot forward after about 3 seconds. It's going to be a big rotation on the arm. That's the one. Every 6 seconds we're changing between left and right. And the emphasis here is getting as far into that stretch as possible for the duration of about 3 seconds. We don't want to overstretch, otherwise we lose power and elasticity in the muscles. Word of the day, elasticity. You might get a few clicks and cracks on the back, that's normal. That's just those ligaments returning back to their start position. Almost there, a couple more times. And up we come. Walk those hands in and stand it up. All right, so first things first, we're going to go into sumo squats. So we're going to have that bell hanging with single arm between the feet nice and wide. You're going to sit your hips right down, head up, drive through the soles of the feet. All right, we're going for 50 seconds with the squat on the right. Then we're going to go 50 seconds with the squat on the left. We're going to go through that twice. So grab your bells, get ready to go. We're going in 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, feet nice and wide, like a sumo wrestler. 5, 4, hand on the bell. 3, 2, 1, and let's go. Drive the floor away, stand tall, hips back and down, hit the floor again. So we're driving the floor away, standing tall, maintaining the posture on the shoulder blades, and we're corkscrewing through the soles of the feet into the floor. So once you keep the toes turned out, more so than you would on a regular squat. And if the toes are turned out more, then the knees have to be pushed out to the same direction the toes are pointing. And the emphasis is dropping through the hips. So we're using the whole surface area of the sole of your foot, maintaining posture on the shoulder blades, squeezing your core to stay as upright as possible. 6 seconds, then we're going to shake it out and change hands. 4, 3, 2, 1, rest. Shake it out, changing hands. 7 seconds. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So get the ass as low as possible. Keep the knees pushed out to the side. Maintain the shoulder blades pinned back at all times. That's it. So we're going to go through each of the 7 or 6 exercises. Right side, left side. And we're going to go through it 2 rounds. So at the end of this exercise, in 27 seconds, we're going to put our right foot up on the chair behind us, and we're going to rear elevate split squat. So that left leg is doing all the work. You're going to realize you need so much core in order to stay stable. So I want you to consciously focus on squeezing the stomach muscles. 7 seconds. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, rest. Shoulder that bell on the right side, get your back foot up on the chair, it's your left foot, your right foot is in front. 2, 1, and we drop our knee right down, pushing off the sole of that foot, maintaining that posture on the shoulder blades, keeping the stomach nice and tight, and the emphasis is through the full foot, the sole of that foot, into the floor. We're looking to get our back knee as close to the floor as possible, which then in turn loads the front leg and glute, which makes sure we get full range of movement on that foot or on that leg. So in 22 seconds, we're then going to change legs. Remember, maintain that posture. Emphasis is on the full range of movement. And if you're doing this right, you should be fitting on the outside of the quad as thigh and into the right ass cheek, as your right leg is in front. If you have your left leg in front, it should be more left ass cheek. 3, 2, 1. Woo, shake it out. Change legs, change hands. 6 seconds. 5, 4, back foot up. That's your right foot this time. Standing on the left leg. 1, and let's drop. So maintain the posture as if you're doing a full 2-legged squat. You're still looking to corkscrew the sole of that left foot into the floor as you take a big inhale, drop down, big squeeze through the core, drive through the sole of that foot, and stand up tall. In 27 seconds, we're going to stand on our right leg, left leg, and we're going to do our right leg lunge. We're going to lunge through forward, and then we're going to lunge back. That's it. 12 seconds, 11, 10, slowest pro on this. There's enough time in there to get loads of reps. Make sure they're perfect posture and technique. 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew. Shake it out. Holding the bell on the right shoulder. You're going to lunge forward with the left leg. You're going to lunge back with the left leg. 3, 2, 1. Maintain width. Lunge forward, tip with the knee. Lunge back, tip with the knee. Keep that tempo going. The left leg's doing all the moving. The right leg, the foot is nailed to the floor. We're looking for full range of movement in front and then full range of movement behind. Full surface area contact with the front foot every time. So when my left leg is behind me, my right leg is the front foot. When my left leg is in front, my left foot is the front foot. In 20 seconds, I am changing to the left shoulder, and that means the right leg is going to start doing the walking. So we have 10 more seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Change to the left side. Holding on the left shoulder, feet hip width. 4 seconds, right foot is lunging forward. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So right foot lunge forward, right foot lunge back. And at all times, we maintain that hip width gap between the feet, even when it's behind us. If you're feeling unstable, you have a balanced pole by way of your empty arm, and you've got your stomach muscles to squeeze too. 27 seconds, and then we're going to hold the weight in our right side, and we're going to step laterally, that's sideways, up onto the chair. So I'm going to have the chair beside me on the right hand side. I'm going to have the weight on my right shoulder, and I'm going to put my foot up and step through the right foot. 10 seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4, keep moving. 3, 2, 1, rest, right shoulder. Chair on the right hand side, foot up to the right hand side, pushing to the whole sole of that right foot, toe pointing forward, let's go. So what I'm trying to do here is utilize the whole sole of the right side. And I'm driving that chair into the floor, squeezing my core. I'm trying not to use the leg that's on the floor to whoosh me up. I'm trying to drag myself up onto that chair. And my toes are pointing forward towards you at all times. So I'm really focusing. I'm keeping my knee out over my foot, driving through the whole sole, standing up tall, maintaining posture on the shoulder blades. So that's getting tough right now to maintain that posture on the shoulder blades, because I've got this weight in front of me which wants to round my shoulders. But I've got to keep them pinned back like I'm holding a tennis ball. 3, 2, 1. Woo! Changing sides. So I'm going to shoulder on the left foot up on the chair. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Driving laterally through the sole of that left foot. I'm under control at all times. I'm using the whole sole of my left foot at all times. I'm squeezing my core to get myself back upright every time, and I'm making sure that I'm staying side on. I'm not letting my foot go behind me, because when I let my foot go behind me, I'm using a slightly different area of the muscle group, which I don't want to target too much right now. I want to target the lateral aspect. That's the side, essentially. 15 seconds, and I'm driving off the foot that's on the chair, not the foot that's on the ground. 9 seconds, 7, 6, 5 seconds, and the bell goes into the right hand. 3, 2, 1. Bell goes into the right hand, right leg goes half a lunge behind, and I'm going to run that bell down the inside of my left leg, focusing on my left hamstring. Perfect posture, let's go. So it's a staggered deadlift. So I'm really focusing on maintaining that posture on my shoulder blades. My right leg does not exist as far as my body is concerned. Everything is pushing through the sole of my left foot. My left knee is slightly bent. I'm really feeling out my left hamstring up into my left glute cheek, and also to a lesser degree creeping into my lower back. But that's purely because I'm working my left ass cheek so much. 20 seconds. Keep the tempos up so you're constantly taxing the system. And then after this, we're going to switch hands, and my left leg goes behind, and my right leg goes in front. That hamstring and glute is starting to burn now. 3, 2, 1, change. 7 seconds. Left leg goes behind on the ball of the foot, very lightly in contact with the floor. Shoulder blades are pinned back like I'm holding a tennis ball, and I stick my ass out. The bell follows the contour of the inside of my right leg. My knee is slightly bent, and 99.99% of my body weight is in the sole of my right foot. I'm sticking my ass out behind me, because when my ass gets pushed out behind me, that means my ass and hamstrings have to contract to get me back upright again. I'm not using my left leg, so it's all right leg. 22 seconds, and then I'm going to go onto the ground on my back, and my left leg goes up onto the chair, and I'm going to do bridging through the heel of my left foot. So I'm then targeting the same muscle groups, but with a slightly different angle. 7 seconds, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bell down. On your back on the floor. Left heel is up on the chair, grab a hold of the legs of that chair, right leg is in the air, you're not swinging it, you're driving to the left heel, let's go. So the higher you get your hips, and the lower you get your hips, that increases the range of movement. The more you drive through the heel, that's the left heel, and the less swinging you do with the right leg, the more you're going to target that left glute cheek. The higher your hips, the more chance of getting more glute cheek. If you only do half reps, you're only going to feel it on your hamstring. Try and maintain tension on the system by not letting your hips rest at the bottom and really driving your hips as high as possible at the top. Wow, my left hamstring is absolutely burning right now. 10 seconds. And the reason I'm holding on to the legs of the chair is so that chair stays in tight to me and really keeps the focus on the specific area I'm targeting. And rest. Wow. Shake out that left leg. Right leg on the chair. Left leg is in the air. You're not using it in any way. You're driving to the right heel. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So the emphasis here is driving my right heel into the seat pan of the chair. That in turn allows my hips to travel as high as possible to the sky. In order to get them as high as possible, the glutes and the hamstrings have to contract. Oh. So this is the last exercise in this round. We're going back to the top for a right side, left side one more time. And it's going to be starting with the sumo squat. So we're really focusing, wow, on those glutes and hamstrings and quads for the first 6 exercises. 14 seconds, and then we're back into our sumo squats. Remember, feet wide, toes turned out, dropping through the hips so the knees get pushed out aggressively to the side with the whole sole of the foot in contact with the floor. 2, 1, rest off the chair. Whew, as gracefully as possible. Up you come, grab your bell, right hand on the bell, feet nice and wide, hips back, hips down, shoulders back, chest down, and let's go. So it's down, tip the floor, and come back up. So the less weight you let the bell get into the floor, the more tension you maintain, I should say, on the hamstrings, the glutes, and the quads. If you just hinge at the hips and tip over, you're going to drop your head and therefore the bell. And it's going to give you the illusion that you're actually dropping into a squat. You're not. You're just bending at the hips. It's a squat, it's not a hinge. A hinge and a squat are different. Deadlift versus squat. They're 2 completely different movement patterns. 8 seconds, and then we're going to shake it out for 10 and change to the left hand. 4, 3, 2, 1. Change hands. Shake it out. Back to nice wide stance. Toes turned out. Shoulder blades pinned. Sticking the ass out and sitting the ass down. Let's go. Stick ass out, sit ass down, drive through the whole soles of the feet. Resist the temptation to tip forward. If you don't drop through the hips, you are not using them. If you don't drop the bum low, you're not using your glutes, your quads, your hamstrings. If you just hinge at the hips and bend over at 90 degrees to the floor, then what you're using there is your lower back, hamstrings, and the glutes, depending on your posture. So we want to really focus on the legs here. Keep those knees pushed out to the side. In 12 seconds, you're going to shoulder the weight on your right side, and that left foot goes up on the chair behind you. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Shoulder the weight on the right side. Left foot goes up on the chair behind you. 5 seconds. All the weight goes through that left foot. 3, 2, 1. Let's drop right down. Corkscrew the sole of that right foot into the floor. Big inhale, drop. Squeeze stomach, push away. Big inhale, drop. Squeeze stomach, push away. So you'll notice today, compared to yesterday's session, is a lot slower tempo, a lot lower tempo. But we're almost 3 times as long exposure on the resistance. Whereas yesterday was 20 seconds worth of work on the weight, today is 50 seconds worth of work. So it's a lot more resistance going through those muscles. So you gotta go slower with a full range of movement in order to get the best out of it. Trust me when I say you are gonna be burning calories doing this, because those muscles really gotta keep moving with this endurance. 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo. Shake it out. Change legs. Just because the tempo isn't crazy high does not mean you're not burning calories. And other leg up. Let's go. Dropping that right knee down. Pushing through the whole sole of that left foot. Shoulders are back. Chest is out. Head is up. Squeezing my core to maintain that posture and stability. Visualizing the whole sole of that foot pushing through the floor. Visualizing my core and my shoulder blades working together to keep me as upright as possible. And keep moving using those visualization points. 17 seconds, and then we're going to go lunge through, and we're going to stand on the left leg, or sorry, stand on the right leg, move the left. 7 seconds, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding the weight on my right shoulder, my left leg is going to start moving forward and back into a lunge, maintaining the width on the feet. 2, 1, let's go. Lunge, drop, lunge back, drop. And when you lunge back, resist the urge to let that leg go behind you on a tightrope. Keep it out to the side slightly and keep that front knee pushed out to the side as well. So you're maintaining a nice width, but by doing that, you're ensuring you're getting a lot of the lateral muscle. That's the outside of your glute cheek, outside of your quad, working. And the more lateral, general rule of thumb, means the more quad is involved. So the more muscle, the better the burn, the better the return, and the better the lift. 10 seconds, 9, 8, 7, core, 6 is tight, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, rest and change. Wow, that's a completely different animal to the first time round. 5 seconds, 4, 3, hip width, 2, 1, lunge forward, knee to floor, lunge back, knee to floor. And we just keep that tempo going at a consistent, perfect posture, perfect technique, and enough to really tax you and your system, nobody else's. So in 30 seconds time, that bell goes back to my right shoulder, and I'm going to stand with the chair on my right hand side, and I'm going to push laterally through the sole of my right foot. 15 seconds, 12 seconds, 10 seconds, 8 seconds, keep going to the finish line, 6 seconds, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Chair on the right hand side of me, bell is in my right shoulder, right foot's up on the chair lateral, and drive through sole of the right foot, up I come, and ignore any suspicious cracks or creaks that chair may give off. And just pray to whatever God you believe in that thing isn't going to collapse underneath you. 30 seconds. Again, we are ignoring the leg that's on the ground, and we are trying to drive ourselves up and lower ourselves down using the right side entirely. So you're in control via the right side. 12 seconds, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, down. Change to the other side. Left shoulder, 5 seconds, 4, left foot up, 3, keep the toes pointing forward, 2, 1, let's go. All the way up through the left foot, back down, land on the right, drive yourself back up through the left again. Now at this point, that weight in front of the body wants to fall forward, and the shoulder blades aren't as strong anymore because they're full of CO2 and lactic acid. So you've got to start sending more aggressive signals to your shoulder blades to stay pinned back. Otherwise that back is going to round and you're going to compromise your posture. So the more you think about a muscle group, the more active it's going to be, and the better the return on your posture in this case. So 12 seconds, 10 seconds, 9, 8, 7, 6. So in 5 seconds time, we're going to come off, we're going to hold the weight in my right hand, and I'm going to do a staggered deadlift. And down, hold the weight on my right hand. My right leg goes behind half a lunge, shoulders are back. 3 seconds, gonna follow the contour of my left leg. 2, 1, let's go. Stick the ass out, follow the contour of the left leg. My left knee is bent slightly. My weight is on the full sole of my foot. I'm maintaining that perfect posture on my shoulder blades. I'm driving myself back upright. And as far as my body is concerned, that right leg is not involved. It is there merely to stop me from falling over. And if I'm doing this right, which I feel I am, my left hamstring, my left glute are really starting to scream as I'm getting a big stretch on the way down, and it's a big contraction on the way up. The bigger the stretch, the bigger the contraction to get back to starting. 6 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and wow, shake it out and change. Whew. Left leg's behind, right leg's in front, half a lunge. Soft knee, stick ass out, let's go. So again, maintaining that posture, keeping the weight fully on the sole of my foot, not through the front, not through the heel, driving through the middle of the foot in order to maintain posture on my shoulder blades, keeping my stomach tight to aid with the posture. And I'm really targeting the back of my right thigh, my right hamstring, and my right glute, right ass cheek. So after this, we're onto our backs in 22 seconds, and we're going to go into our bridging to the left heel to start, and then after a 10-second breather, it's through the right heel. 12 seconds, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bell down. On your backs. Left heel is on the chair. You're driving your hips skyward, holding onto the legs of that chair. 3, 2, 1, and let's go. So I'm driving my hips. I'm exaggerating the range of movement to the sky because the higher I get my hips, the more I get my glute. Whew. Whew. So after this, we're going to get on to our 2 knees, kneeling up tall, executioner style. I'm going to have the bell in my right hand, and I'm going to press it above my head, and then I'm going to bring it down and do a full halo rotation, and then press above the head again. So I'm really targeting my right shoulder with the press, and then again with the rotation, but with the rotation you're also bringing core into play. So I want you to focus on squeezing your stomach. 10 seconds, and we're changing legs. That left hamstring really doesn't want my hips to go any higher, but I gotta force them by thinking about what I'm doing. And rest. Shake it out. Right leg on the heel, on the chair. 2, 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So again, as we get tired, we're driving through the right heel. Our small of our back or our bum is as close to the chair as we can possibly get it. We're getting our hips as high as we can into the sky by driving through the heel. Our left leg is not involved. Our left leg is there purely sticking up to the sky. You're not throwing your left leg into the air, because if you're throwing your left leg into the air, you're making momentum. And momentum is not good for isolating specific muscles. Oh, there we go, good stuff. 17 seconds, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10 seconds, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ditch the chair. Woo. 2 knees on the floor. We're going to go right hand overhead press. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Press down. Big rotation around the head. Press down. Big rotation around the head. So basically you're trying to draw the bell around the contours of the chest, out the side, around the back of the upper back, and up above the head again. And the left hand can help very slightly with the bell rope, the halo. But the majority of it wants to go through the right side. 25 seconds, and then we're switching to the left. Going well, guys. We're giving those legs a break now for the time being, because after we've done right and left on the overhead press and halo, we're going to go 50 seconds worth of blaster push-ups. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. change, 10 seconds. Let's get that bell up onto the left shoulder again, or left shoulder this time, I should say. 5 seconds, we're pushing above the head with the left side. 3, 2, 1, press, lower, big rotation. And what you'll notice is you are a hell of a lot less coordinated with one side than the other. In my case, my left side is not as coordinated as my right. So I've got to really slow it down and I've got to focus on what I'm doing. Where's the full range of movement? I'm trying to get that bell as low as possible as I draw it around the body. I'm squeezing my core as I'm pressing it up to the sky. I'm folding my elbow down nice and low to my ribs, and then I'm pushing it up from there again. So my halo finishes with my ribs nice and close to my elbows, or my elbow nice and close to the ribs. Whoa. 5 seconds, we're going into blaster push-ups. 4, 3, 2, 1. Great work. 10 seconds, bell down, into the full push-up position. After each push-up, we're going to push our hips back onto the heels, and then forward into a push-up again. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Into your push-up, chest to floor, and then back, bum to heels, forward into chest to floor, back, bum to heels, forward into chest to floor. So we're trying not to let the hips touch the floor at any point. Your chest can touch the floor and rest on the floor, but you don't want your hips touching that floor. Squeeze your core, use the whole palm of that hand to get yourself away from the floor. It's a 50-second set, so a nice controlled tempo is required. If you go hammer and tongs out of the traps, you are not going to get much out of it, because you'll burn out quickly. 10 seconds. Keep moving. Getting the head out as far as possible in front. And rest. So we're going to go into the beast. That's hands beneath the shoulders, knees the same width as the hands, feet the same width as the hands, and raise the knees a centimeter. Let's go. So my knees are now completely off the floor by a centimeter. So think the width of a pen. Anything thicker than a pen would not get under those knees. My hands are directly, and now I mean directly beneath my shoulders. The whole palm of my hand is in contact with the floor. My shoulder blades are relaxed, and the emphasis is all on my stomach. We're halfway through, so you've got to really focus on keeping that stomach nice and tight. In through nose, out through mouth. 15 seconds, relaxing the elbows slightly, taking the pressure off the upper thighs. Emphasis on the stomach. 8 seconds, and then we're back to the press with halo. 4, 3, 2, 1, drop. Woo! Back to your bell. Right side holding. 5 seconds pressing above the head. 3, 2, 1, go. Press, lower, rotate the halo, back to the lower, and press. And when I say lower, I mean that elbow is right in against your ribs. That shoulder, wow, is feeling it. That burn. We got 30 seconds, and then we are changing to the left side. Everything is only 2 rounds. So this is the last time you're going to be doing the press with halo on the right side of the body. So like I was saying, it's slow, it's controlled, but it's continuous with resistance, 10 seconds. So it's just as tiring, but in a more muscular, fatiguing way than the cardio element we did yesterday. 3, 2, 1, rest. Wow. Put it down, shake it out. 5 seconds, we're back to the left side. Kneeling upright. 2, 1. Press, lower, rotate. Back to the starting position. Press, lower, rotate. And when you are lowering it, visualize your shoulder blades like a pair of wings folding back and down into their position. Don't just drop the bell. Focus on the shoulder blade and the elbow, getting all the way down and folding into position. Because that will make sure you get the full range of movement. It's called the shoulder blade, so therefore we're going to use it as part of the shoulder. And if you don't use the full range of movement, you're not getting it. 12 seconds, 11, 10 seconds, and it's blaster push-ups after a very short 10-second rest. 4, 3, 2, 1, And wow, bell down. Okay, blaster push-ups. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Push up, back to blaster. Into push up, back to blaster. That's the one. Good stuff, guys. We are really focusing on the technique at this point, because the more technique we have, the more muscles are firing, the more blood and oxygen is required, and the higher the metabolic rate gets. The higher the metabolic rate gets, the more calories you burn, the better the cardiovascular return, the better the joints, tendons, and ligaments get, and the stronger, toned, more dense the muscles get. We got 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. Wow. Okay, we're going into the hollow hold this time. Onto your back, arms and legs fully extended, shoulder blades off the floor, and up we get. So at this point, I'm trying to flatten the small of my back into the floor. So there is no curvature off the floor right now. So basically from the top of my butt cheeks to my middle back is completely pushed into the floor. My arms are beyond my head to tax my core even further, because when my arms are in front, I'm actually giving myself a counterbalance. So keep the arms passed beyond the head in order to keep tension, on that frame, and therefore the muscles have to really push down. If I can, I'm going to raise my heels off the floor. We got 10 seconds. Keep going. 7 seconds. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Up we get. Woo! Okay, grab your bell. You're going to turn your palm to face the sky or face forward. You're going to push your butt back so you're at 45 degrees, and you're going to pull your elbow past your ribs. Let's go. So we're maintaining posture. Your upper body's at a 45-degree angle. You're scraping your elbow past your ribs. So by doing this, we are focusing on the bicep, the shoulder, and the lat muscle. And you have to really focus on maintaining that posture on your shoulder blades and keeping your stomach muscles nice and tight in order to isolate those 3 muscles I just named at the start. So in 20 seconds, I'm changing to the left hand. 15 seconds, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10 seconds, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Wow, stand up, change sides. Left palm facing forward, shoulder blades pinned back, stick your butt out, your upper body's at 45 degrees, and pull. So there's no wrist rotation. I'm keeping my body at 45 degrees. My right hand is behind my torso, just to make sure that I'm not dropping my arm and therefore rounding my back. I'm keeping my chest pushed out. The soles of my feet are on the floor. My knees are soft, and my butt is pushed out behind me. I'm drawing my elbows past my ribs like they're itchy ribs, and I'm trying to scratch them. So we have 20 seconds, and then we're going to go into a lamo curl, and that is where I do a bicep curl, and then punch it above my head. So I'm tying my bicep in with my shoulder now. 12 seconds, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Wow, stand tall. Woo! Back to the right hand, palm facing forward, elbow stays tight to the ribs, feet shoulder or hip width, squeeze my core, curl it to my shoulder, punch it to the sky. Elbow goes back to the ribs, fully extend the arm. Keeping the elbow in against the ribs and curling it up to the shoulder, and then punching it to the sky. The full range of movement is key here if I want to get the full amount on the bicep. So it's full extension, full curl up, full press up, full lower down, full extension down. So break it into its individual parts. There's 4 parts. Curl up, press up, lower down, extend down. And I'm squeezing my core to stop my hips from swinging forward and therefore giving me a helping hand through momentum. 5 seconds. 4, remember the shoulder blade we talked about. 3, 2, 1, and to the left. Woo. 6 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Squeeze core, curl up. Squeeze core, press up. Squeeze core, lower down. Squeeze core, extend down. So it's all about the core stopping my hips from moving, isolating my bicep and my shoulder. And remember, it's separate movements. We're just bringing them together. So don't be that person who swings it and throws it above the head. Curl it, press it, lower it, finish the curl. Curl it, press it, lower it, finish the curl. If you're going to be that person who uses momentum, you may as well swing your hips and do a kettlebell swing. Well, we don't want that. 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7. We're back to the beast hold in 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And bell down on the floor, onto hands and knees. They're all hip and shoulder width. We're going to raise the knees off the floor. 2, 1. Up we get. So again, my whole surface area of my palm is pushed into the floor. Extra emphasis on the ball of the hand. My shoulders are directly above my hands, or should I say my hands are directly beneath my shoulders. My knees are a pen width off the floor and the same width as my hands. My feet are the same as my knees. So basically my right arm, my right knee and my right foot are all along one rail and the same on the left. Shoulder blades are relaxed, stomach is nice and tight, and I'm fighting that urge to drop. Control my breathing. 12 seconds, you're going into the home stretch now. We're going into our single arm supine row in 6 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, rest. Up we get. Grab your bell, turn the palm and face forward. Shoulder blades pin, chest push forward, stick your ass out, and draw the elbow past your ribs. So what we're focusing on here is our lat initiating the movement. That in turn goes into the shoulder, and then the rest basically goes into the bicep. Because if your palm was facing towards you, it'd be more lat and shoulder. The fact that the palm is facing away means the bicep can bend, or the elbow can bend using the bicep. So therefore, there's going to be a little bit more help and work on that bicep. So the more you concentrate on the shoulders, the lats, and the bicep contracting, the better the return, and the core is giving you the best possible platform to work from by staying rigid. And the more rigid your core is, the better the return on those 3 points on the right side of your body. 3, 2, 1. Wow, rest. Shake it out, dead arm. Whew. Let's take this time to set our posture. Palm facing forward, sticking the ass out, perfect posture, and draw the elbow past the ribs. We're almost home. So at the end of this, we're going to go into our lame-o right, lame-o left, and then it's your hollow hold, and then it's high fives all around, home in time for a shower and some lunch. 30 seconds to go. Keep moving. Big squeeze on the core, draw that elbow past your ribs in a controlled manner. The further back you get that elbow, the more emphasis you're going to get on the lat, and the better the range of movement. But do not compromise a rotation on the torso in order to hit it. To only go as far as the rigid torso will allow. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, rest. Wow, back to the right side. Palm facing forward. Big squeeze on the stomach in 5 seconds as we curl to the shoulder and press to the sky. Feet hip width. Let's go. Curl, press, fold that shoulder blade down, elbow to the ribs, finish the curl. And we are using the core to maintain stability and therefore focus on those specific muscles. This is not a full body exercise. This is a very clued in, focused muscle group we're targeting. Bicep, shoulder, lat. It's not hip extension, it's not hamstrings, it's not glutes, it's not quads. It's a little bit of core, it's bicep, it's shoulder, and it's lat. So we gotta focus on keeping the body rigid so we can really target in, focus the muscle on the muscles. 5 seconds. 4, 3, it's really hard to talk when you're tired. 2, 1, change, but I manage somehow. 7 seconds, 6, 5, palm facing forward, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Squeeze core, curl up, squeeze core, press. 45 seconds, and then we're going to go into our hollow hold to finish off our session for the day. Whew. 35 seconds. So I've been toying with the idea, seeing as we're back in the gym, and there are probably half of you who are in the locale. You may not have been in the gym before that were in TonedFit, but hey, what I'm thinking about doing is maybe 2 sessions a week, doing this in the gym, and you guys can join in and do it beside me or in front of the camera or behind the camera, whichever suits. Just change up a bit. I miss human company. 7 seconds, 6, 5, 4, it's always good for a bit of banter. 3, 2, 1, and bell down. Hollow hold to finish. Put a line under today's session. 5 seconds, 4, 3, legs extended, 2, arms extended, 1, shoulder blades off the floor, belly button pushed down nice and tight. That stomach is trembling already because I've flattened out the curvature of my spine into the floor. At this point, my core is so tired. Enough of this focus will get the full surface area. If I raise my legs, my back starts to arch. So therefore, I'm not raising my legs anymore. I'm just focusing on keeping the shoulder blades up and keeping that stomach nice and rigid to push the curvature of my spine down. My arms stay beyond my head as if I'm hanging from a bar. Oh, because that makes the pressure so much worse on my core. 15 seconds. Woo! 12 seconds. 11, 10, 9, stay with me. 8, make adjustments. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, rest. Woo! And that is the end of the session. So if you were doing all right, you should be feeling those legs later today and tomorrow. Shoulders should be feeling a little dead after today, and then there is an extra little kick in the biceps and core for you. So let's slow the heart rate down. That's a higher calorie burn than I was expecting. Let's slow that heart rate down. Control the breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Whew. It's a warm one today, sneaky. Okay, so we're going to go into a passive hang. Just going to stretch out those hamstrings and glutes. So take a big breath in through the nose, exhale and just drop. Let the backs of the hands drop to the floor. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Slow the heart rate down. The whole soul is in contact with the floor. The heels are being pushed back slightly. The hips are being pushed back slightly. The knees are slightly bent. You're relaxing through the shoulder blades. You're letting the arms just hang from the shoulder sockets. Controlling the breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. And if you guys are watching this on repeat and doing it after work, as in not midday, I would love it if you could give us a direct message or a tag or a share and just kind of give us a notice that you guys are actually doing it. We just don't happen to be doing it at midday, because obviously with people going back to work, the numbers are dropping down on the live feed, but I've no idea who's doing it after the live feed has ended. So I'd love to hear if you're doing it, say at 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock in the evening, or you're doing it over the weekend or whatever. Give us a like, a tag, a share, a direct message, whatever it is. I'd love to hear from you. Okay, so interlock your fingers, hands behind the head, and just drive that hip forward. Relax your butt cheek, relax your shoulder blades, stretch out that stomach, feel it through the waistline, the hip, and stretch out that hip flexor. Control your breathing. In through your nose, hold for a second, release it out the mouth. So yeah, like I was saying, I'd love to hear from you if you guys are doing the replay, shall we say, replay version. If you could send me the winning lotto numbers, that'd be great as well. Okay, let's change other side. So as of yesterday, the 29th of June, all businesses are back open, obviously provided they can offer an element of social distancing, which we are lucky enough that we can, because we have a very open plan gym. We don't have your stereotypical weight machines and treadmills and all that stuff. Ours is bars, plates, bells, racks, benches, which means that we can segregate the gym into 2 meter distance areas. They're all bookable on our website, they're all bookable on our app. The app and website are simultaneously linked. So get your ass on the app, book through facilities to get your own rack, or book through classes to get a space in a class. Okay, back to center. Standing up, drop your right hand down and back in between your shoulder blades, left on the elbow, pull to the left. How can you talk during hollow hold? I don't know, to be honest with you, Carol. If I talk, I'm like a shark. Shark can't stop swimming, otherwise it'll drown. So when a shark's asleep, it swims. I'm sure I was talking in my sleep as well. Good, pulling to the left or to the right, stretching out that left side. Control your breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth. Great workout, thanks Ron. You're very welcome, Tim Lamb. Great stuff, Ron. You're very welcome in the pen. Okay guys, so I will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow's Wednesday. Extra emphasis on the core. Let's see if I can talk during the hollow hold tomorrow as well, Carol. Okay guys, like, tag, share. I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks a mil. Bye bye.